Well, it looks as though tennis star Novak Djokovic will be allowed to return to Melbourne in January for next year's Australian Open. Joining us live now is Georgia Simpson. Georgia, good morning to you. So what's changed?
Well, Pete, for starters, you no longer need to be vaccinated to enter the country, which was a requirement at the time of Novak Djokovic coming here in January. However, this situation is far more complex than that because not only was Novak Djokovic deported, he also copped that 3-year ban. Now, it is understood the Immigration Minister, Andrew Giles, has used his ministerial discretion or his ministerial powers to overturn that ban. This 10-day saga that unfolded earlier this year captured global headlines as Novak Djokovic was detained and then eventually deported on the eve of the Australian Open. He had his visa cancelled and he copped that 3-year ban because he was unvaccinated. Now, opposition leader Peter Dutton has spoken about this morning. He said the time is right that Novak Djokovic should be invited to play at the Australian Open, but he does hope that Mr. Djokovic has had time to reflect on his conduct.
So I think it's appropriate that Novak's invited here. We're going to have a great Australian Open. It's always a great sporting event for Melbourne, for our country. In hindsight, I hope that Mr. Djokovic has, some regret about some elements of his conduct and the rest. But the fact is that we're a couple of years down the track now, and it'll be good to see him playing great tennis here in Australia.
Tennis Australia, as we know, really backed and supported Novak Djokovic during this period. Earlier this year, they were quite disappointed that he was unable to play. They've released a statement and said that they will be welcoming back Novak Djokovic to Melbourne Park, which is just behind me across the river over my shoulder there, and he will be joining a lineup of local and international tennis stars in January next year. Pete?
Just looking at his Instagram account, no update yet on Djokovic, but we'll continue to have a look at that one. Georgia, thank you.